All right, welcome to the Bamboo Coaching and Support. All right, we're going to go over fitness first. It's the easier part, right? Fitness goal is to do 3 to 5 hours of intentional activity a week. We do this by coming to Bamboo for our sessions 3 times a week, and then our 2 homework assignments. I am going to kick it off with Miss Melissa, since this is her first time here. This is her first week, right? Good job, Melissa. Have you completed your homework assignment for the week, or at least one?
Yeah,
Are you power walking for 30 minutes?
I'm doing cycling for 30 minutes.
Good, perfect. And that was Tuesday, right?
Tuesday and today.
And today. Good. And your bamboo sessions for your three, you came Monday, Wednesday, and tomorrow.
Yes.
Perfect. Beautiful. And then I still encourage, just so that we don't get caught with the weekends off type of mindset, maybe go on a couple walks over the weekend, do some light stretching.
Okay.
But very good for your first week. Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Miss Sandy, week 3, maybe 4. How are
Or
you doing with homework assignments?
I went rollerblading Tuesday 4 miles, and I've been pressure cleaning uh my deck. So
Arm
got those
workout.
arm muscles going on.
Yeah, after push-ups and the finisher, right? Woo! That's some active rest is what we call it. Good job. And tomorrow you're at the gym again, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna go down the line, Miss Amanda
Yes,
and baby girl.
this is Marley.
Hi, Miss
Um,
Mars. How are you
um,
doing with homework?
we're doing good.
Good.
So, slower start to the week. I walked Monday through Wednesday, but they were anywhere between a mile and 2.5.
Okay.
But I was using my weighted vest with 20 pounds.
Yes.
So it definitely got my heart rate up. And then today, new personal record, we did
Miles?
11 miles in 3 hours. We walked all
Woo.
of Ponce Inlet in Wilbur. So we did that this morning. And then I'm going to do a core blaster tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the weekend, I'll have a couple more walks that are a little shorter, but then another big walk next Monday.
Okay. Beautiful.
So,
Great job. Nice
yeah.
job. And then you'll be at the gym tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Tomorrow you're coming early.
Yes.
See if you can wear the same outfit, give or
I
take,
will.
you wore for your pictures. All right, let me let Miss Hope in. All right, and Yolanda back on track. Hey, Miss Melina.
Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Shells? I'm sorry, I missed it.
She's doing her nails.
Her nails. Okay. Very important.
My nails.
Beautiful. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. Yolanda, are you still walking the bridge for homework?
I am, and I also did the B team exercises that's been in my app.
Perfect.
And also today we went to Crunch and worked out.
Good. Was that a
Look at
first?
my nails I did. It was my first.
Okay.
I did
You took
my
Melina.
nails. I did my nails. No, Melina didn't go. Me and
Jazz.
Uliqua.
Oh, okay. I like it. A
I
lift
got
and shake.
my
Very
nails
good.
done.
All right.
I
And
did.
I'm going to move on if you don't have any questions about homework.
No questions.
Let me see. I think the other two are just coming,
Mommy.
right? Oh, Miss Hope. Miss Hope, welcome. The first thing we're going over is making sure everyone knows what they're doing for activity, for fitness. As far as homework assignments. Oh, Miss Hope, you're here for SummerSlam, correct? For
Yes.
Slam down. Okay.
Yes.
So your focus is your 3
I
band.
will first.
You came Monday, Wednesday, and you come tomorrow, correct?
Correct.
Beautiful. Your goal for homework is literally just walking for 30 minutes, power walking.
Okay.
For homework, I prefer doing one during the week, like a Tuesday, Thursday, and then doing one over the weekend.
Okay, got it.
Beautiful. Good job. All right, I'm going to move on to nutrition, nitty gritty. Goals to follow your plan. Now, a lot of us weren't here last week. It was just Deidre. Oh, Miss Lydia. Miss Lydia, did I skip you? I think
That's
I did.
okay.
I talked to you earlier,
Um,
but
on Tuesday, I did a sprint right in front of the house. We did sprint, I come back walking, sprint for 20, 30 minutes. And then yesterday, I went on a bike ride with my son. It was
okay.
amazing. We did 25 miles. So,
Good.
yeah.
Very good.
I,
Yeah, when
so
it
I,
comes
I
to,
think that's it for the week. I'm
right.
just joking.
I mean, you're coming tomorrow,
Yes, I am.
and
I
then
hope
you
I
get,
feel better, but yes, I am. That's the plan.
okay. And then over the weekend, will you please get one more walk in?
We have to be quiet, okay?
I will.
Okay. All right, deal. All right, so as far as nutrition goes, like I said, everyone is to follow their plan that's in their app under the fork and knife. But what makes your plan different from everyone else's is that it's a certain level, and the levels are according to your current weight. Does that make sense? So, Miss Sandy, I could probably already guarantee level 1. Coach Carol, level 1. However, Coach Carol's trying to gain weight and gain weight fast. And I mean weight like lean muscle. So she's eating according to level 2. If you were to ever look at her sizes of her carbs. Anyways, um, so what I did last week, I pulled up someone's meal prep, and you don't have to say who this belongs to. If you're here, you can hold your peace. But what we found out was, first off, I'm going to say this is really good. This is what we like seeing is Monday through Sunday, a plan in place, and then you can fine tune as you go. But having it written out, you're already a one up. All right, so for breakfast, this person had prepped egg whites. Does anyone know what the egg whites would count as far as protein, carb, veggie, fat goes?
Protein.
Protein.
Perfect. And then for the asparagus, that's served veggie. The berries is the carb. For breakfast, pop quiz. Does this meet the metrics for what we're looking for breakfast?
Protein, veggie, carb. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Veggie carb.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so let's move down to their lunches. Ground turkey, quinoa, and an apple. Ground turkey, we already know that's meat, so it's protein. Quinoa is considered what?
Carb.
Carb. The apple is considered what?
Carb.
Yeah. So what we uncovered last week was, maybe this person's double dipping. So what we had to do then was look at this person's level, and we found out that her level only allowed for a half apple or quinoa. And I think it was a half cup. It might have been, yeah, it was probably a half cup. So she can either split her portion and do half and half of her portion on her guide, according to level 1 or 2. But that wasn't the case. She was double dipping. So we had to reconfigure, which is good. We did it right here all together, and it was a beautiful week. And this week already is better, right? And then I pulled up this picture. This is I can't remember whose, but this is what the meal prep looks like on a Sunday. Sent it into their coach. Their coach gave them nice thumbs up. And then I pulled this just because a lot of us over the summer we're traveling, right? We're taking trips, we're enjoying our life, and that's what we want. We want healthy eating, and we want this to be a lifestyle. We're fueling our body with healthy things, whether we're here, whether we're enjoying life, whatever. And so I think this does have audio. Hold on. Maybe it doesn't. All right, so she has her egg whites that she was taking with her. She has her meal preps for lunch and dinner. You see her snacks. They're grab and go Oikos yogurts. And then her protein shakes were grab and go too. And that was the place she ran. And I could already tell you this person didn't. So there was No guessing whether or not she got her greens in. She just eats them like chips. I like greens that way too. But question number 2, have you been following your meal plan? Question go around. Mid, are we sticking to the list? Yolanda, I'm muting you, or Melina, I'm muting you. Ms. Hope, you're free to unmute. Have you been following your plan, as in the list of foods?
Yes, I have.
Do you have any questions when it comes to the Summer Slim Down Challenge?
Well, on that list, it says you can't have salmon, and that's the only fish that I like. So I'm just curious on why.
Good question. Does anyone want to take a shot at the answer?
Is
Fatty.
this not white?
A lot
It's
of-
not a white fish?
Exactly.
it's-
Meaning what? There might be another component to it, right?
well, doesn't it have a lot of fat?
Exactly, Miss Lydia. So the caveat to this, I know you're on the Summer Slim Down, so you're sticking to the list, which I would rather you just do that. For everyone else, at dinner, we're swapping the carb for a fat. So if you were going to have salmon or trout or fish that's fatty, then you would have it at night and count it as your protein and fat. But to answer your question, Ms. Hope, great question. We are sticking to whitefish.
Okay.
Have you tried any other, what kind of whitefish have you tried so far?
None.
Okay. Anyone have any good options to throw out there? No seafood eaters? Yolanda, where are you at? Oh, I muted you. All right.
She must have. I like. It's not fish, but seafood. I like to do shrimp. I did a shrimp salad the other night, and that was
Okay.
really good. Unless if you don't have an allergy to
Okay.
shrimp.
The shellfish. I would suggest
Mahi.
mahi is a really good one. Whitefish, grouper, swordfish, mahi.
Flounder.
And tuna is, flounder, tilapia, and then I don't prefer those. I think mahi's a good little, like mahi when I cook it, my daughter can't tell if it's chicken or fish. Pretty similar, depending on how you season it. So Miss Hope, that's your homework. Give one of those a try.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. All right, Miss Amanda, how are we doing? And I'm going way out of order. I know. It's just
Sorry, no, I
unmute.
hit a button and then I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself.
Oh, you're good.
My screen changed.
It happened.
It's going overall well. This week I have found that I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. I felt more like lightheaded and brain fog, and I'm thinking that it's potentially like an electrolyte issue.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to figure out because I was doing liquid IVs when I first started. And then when I ran out of my box, I read the back and I was like, the sugar in them is way too high. And so I didn't want to go back to liquid IV, even though it worked really well for me. And so I think with the amount that I'm sweating, even though I'm taking in a fair amount of water, I'm not getting enough salt.
Yes.
So Deidre and I were talking, and she does like a Redmond, like a mineral salt electrolyte thing that she gave me the link for. And so I'm going to give that a try, but I also have some Himalayan salt that I'm going to start adding to my water bottles to make that better. And so I also am wondering if, because of the amount that I'm walking first thing in the morning, I'm putting myself into a bigger calorie deficit than I've experienced at all previously.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, today it already says that I've burned, like, between exercise and just normal body functioning, 2,500 calories.
Yeah.
And so like I'm significantly under with what I'm eating. So I have found like a couple times today or like during the week where I've not increased my carbs too much, but instead of doing 3/4 of a cup, I've done 1 cup
Mhm.
just because I feel like I'm so depleted, or I've done, instead of like a half protein, a whole protein at a snack. And that seems to be helping. But I have noticed like more of a brain fog, but normally it's only on the days where I'm doing the long walks.
Right.
So
Yeah. So it is just going to be fine tuning, trial and error.
mhm,
For some people, for brain fog, I could already tell you like your brain does need carbs and it does need healthy fats.
mhm,
So if your go-to is always protein, the only reason we say protein is because we're building lean muscle.
mhm,
Lean muscle burns fat at rest, and that's what most of our goal is here, especially
mhm,
women, to gain
mhm.
muscle. Now, when we're talking about you, definitely hitting the 3 to 5 hours of activity a week, right? We're probably more in like athlete status. So your nutrition is going to be more about refueling.
Okay.
And you are probably going to turn some of your week into like carb cycling days
Okay.
where you refuel and it's centered around your workout, your long
Yeah.
workout.
Okay.
You probably are going to end up needing more carbs and fat for
Mhm.
the brain.
Okay.
And then good job with the Himalayan salt because it's the cleanest way. Bodybuilders do it. It's the cleanest. Does anyone else have a better way with replenishing electrolytes that they found works for them? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Himalayan salt for sure.
Perfect.
I'm proud
About
of
the
you.
Thank you.
what about the hydrate supplement? I don't know what I would assume it's prestige, so that it probably doesn't have added sugars,
Okay.
but I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
I wish I had samples to give you too.
Okay. I'm doing some research too. It's something that I'm gonna, when I go to my doctor next, I'm gonna talk to her about too, because with my heart condition, they had already recommended electrolytes. And so I'll see if she has any recommendations. Because the last time she wasn't super specific. She was like, oh, anything. And so when I go back and I see her and I tell her about all the fitness stuff, maybe she'll have like a better recommendation now.
Yeah,
And
for
that
sure.
I'm not so sedentary. So
Right. Right.
Well,
That
I see
and you're
that
serious.
one, there's one that they have for kids too that has electrolytes.
okay.
I can't remember the name, but it's a big, thick bottle.
Okay.
It's like a square look. I can send you a picture of it, but that works really well too.
That'd be great.
And like kids drink it, like so it's supposed to be more on the healthier side. It's not like all that extra.
Okay.
Yeah. Very
Um,
good.
What I add in my water is the Calm powder. It's magnesium,
Okay.
and it's I mean it helps with your digestion and
Mhm.
everything. And I do it in the morning. So I drink my water. I have a big bottle and I drink my water throughout the day.
Mhm.
So it gives it a little like lemon taste. And I've been doing that for a while, and then I stopped, and then I started back again when I started doing
Yeah.
this.
My neighbor's a nutritionist, and she said the same thing to me the other day and was like, oh, magnesium. And I told her, I was like, it's like one of the things that I've been talking with my doctor about, because I don't know, like with the medicine I'm on, what can I take, what can't I take, just having like that underlying heart stuff going on.
Mhm.
But the nutritionist said actually one of the things that it does help too is cardiovascular. So I'm bringing that up to my doctor as well next time I go, just to make sure that it's something that's like cleared for me.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, very good. If it is clear, then I would suggest the intra workout because it does have the magnesium component to it.
okay.
And it helps with muscle soreness because of the magnesium.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably should drink some of that today. Yeah. All right. I'm going to move on if that's okay, Miss Amanda.
Yes. Thank you.
Very good points. I'm going to move on to Miss Melissa. Miss Melissa, what's up? How are we doing with nutrition?
I did good all but one evening.
Okay.
We were out real late, so I drank some Fairlife milk, which has a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Gonna have a banana.
Okay.
I was trying not to eat while we were out, so I wouldn't eat no bad
Sure.
food.
Sure. I mean, it's better than what it could have been. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
very good choices in your first week. Um, so describe to me what the night looked like. So you were leaving the house before dinner, obviously. You did
Yeah.
have lunch.
Yes.
You did have your protein snack. Was that the Fairlife?
Well, I had that when I got back. Um, we went out. My husband plays on a pool tournament,
Nice.
so we were there the whole time,
Okay.
and all I did was drink water until we got home. We were gonna leave early, but we didn't, so we
Sure.
ended up having to stay.
All right. Did you have your purse on you or a bag?
I had my purse.
Okay. Let's go around the room really quick. What's in your purse right now when it comes to protein snacks, guys? Elena, you kick it off.
I usually have like maybe a Fairlife protein shake, the 30-gram one. I like the Fit Crunch protein bars.
Nice.
Um,
Coach
I
Carol.
feel like oh
I have a Quest chips with tuna packets.
Uh-huh. Yolanda. Yolanda usually has something on her. All right, I too. I
yeah.
usually travel with tuna packets in my bag too. I do pure protein bars just because it's not a lot of fat in them. Fit Crunch tends to have a little more fat than I prefer. Just a little. When it comes to protein, I always try to get 20 grams of protein from a bar. Fit Crunch doesn't quite meet that for me.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why you take the shake too. But yeah, Premier, Fairlife, those are super easy grab and go. Just get in the habit of keeping some kind of protein snack on you. That's what I could suggest. In the car or literally in your bag, um, on your counter. It does get easier. And then, of course, did you meal prep, Miss Melissa?
No, I did not.
Okay. It always helps. Anytime I leave the house, I know I'm set when I know I can come back and I have a home cooked meal, like ready to go, ready to just pop in the toaster oven or the air fryer or eat as is if it's a salad. It empowers me when I know all I have to do is walk through the door and something's waiting on me. So your homework is to meal prep,
I don't like doing a week in advance.
which is fine.
Maybe 3 days.
Deal. Who else
Um,
meal preps 3 days in advance versus the
I
whole
do.
week? Yeah.
I do.
I don't think I don't think any of us meal prep like cook for the whole week because that's probably gross. And probably not safe. Um,
I do.
you do, Coach Carol. Stop it.
But the thing is, it takes me like 3 days to cook though. So like I
Okay.
could, like I don't cook it all in one day, but if I have to, I will because I do stay on the road a lot and I'm not
Right.
trying to eat out like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I have to, I'll cook one day and I'll eat the whole week. I'll have my whole meal prep.
Right. I do take that back. If I do meal prep for the whole week, what I'm doing is like big pot of chili, big pot of curry, and then I freeze it. So that is safe. Okay. But Miss Melissa, so your homework first is to pick out your meals. Pick out 2 lunches, 2 dinners, 2 breakfasts that you can bounce back and forth between, or maybe you run the play for 3 days and then you switch 3 days.
Okay.
Pick out your meals and then you'll grocery shop accordingly, and then you'll meal prep one set of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And your lunch and dinner could be the same. Maybe you swap out. I mean, obviously you have to swap out.
Well, and I have done lunch and dinner the same just because I didn't want to eat up what I had cooked
I feel
previously.
you. I
So
feel
I'm
you.
not waiting too long to eat it.
Right. Yeah. Think of
And
this
if we
as a
do
journey.
fish, we are big fish eaters.
Okay.
But we do a lot of snook and redfish that my husband catches.
Oh, nice.
But it's packaged for, well, it's a big package. So if I thaw it out, it has to be cooked
Yeah.
soon. So I didn't do fish this week. I just did chicken basically.
Okay. Yeah, that fish. You mean like a large fillet, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such a commitment, especially if
Yeah.
you're the only one, you and just one person eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, or so one thing you can do is season one half one way and season the other half a different way. So like go tangy on one side and then maybe like spicy on the other, or you know what I mean? Like switch it up so that way it does feel like two different types of
Yeah.
protein. Yolanda's nodding, like, yeah, like
Yeah.
it is. Just mixing, matching, it'll be okay, but that's your goal is to write it out, grocery shop, and then meal prep this
So
weekend.
our second week is going to be the same food options as the first week.
Correct. The only thing that changes, Miss Melissa, oh wait, Miss Melissa. SummerSlam? SummerSlam Day?
No.
No. Okay, so same options. Correct.
Okay.
Yep, for the 8 weeks, we're running the same exact play. After 8 weeks, I'm sorry, at the 4 week mark, you'll get on the InBody again, and we'll be able to see if there's fat loss, muscle gain. That's what we want to see. Just movement in the right direction. And then you'll do the same thing at 8 weeks. And then from there, we'll know, okay, this definitely works, or maybe this needs to change. Kind of like where Amanda's at, Amanda B. She's coming up on her 8 weeks and she's realizing like, okay, something's gotta switch for me. Like the electrolyte component, like kudos to her for self-awareness.
Yeah.
That is what it'll come to. So run the play 4 weeks straight, weigh in, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Very good. Miss Lydia, do you have any questions when it comes to nutrition? Okay.
Today I've been doing like eucalyptus tea, like the dry eucalyptus, and I added honey. I go natural with stuff, so I didn't know if honey was allowed, but you know what? I'm not even taking medication. I'm trying to go natural. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is for today.
Yeah, sure, sure. Am,
But
am I sharing my screen? Are all
yeah.
my emails about to pop up? Okay.
Yeah.
I
All right.
wanted to say something though. Like I went in this for, I said I wanted to lose weight, but this is the third week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And mentally, emotionally, I did not realize I was drained because it was the end of the school year, and there
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of people who I'm close to being sick and,
Mm-hmm.
grieving and all that. And I told my son yesterday, we were riding and talking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm in a better place on the third week. Like, I don't feel stressed. I would come home and open a bottle of wine just because I can. And I haven't even been doing that. Like yesterday, after our 25 miles, we had one of those Noom, but I didn't feel bad because at the end of the day, I feel better mentally,
Good.
emotionally. Going to the classes, I look forward to it. So it's something that I needed. So the rest will come
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I just went to the grocery store and I bought the bread and you know what? I never looked through the
Meal.
recipes
Oh,
until yesterday. I
okay.
sat down and I looked at it. So now I have a variety of things that I can cook. So that's how I'm seeing the journey
Yes,
more than anything else. So I just wanted to mention that.
you're doing really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially coming into it and then knowing you had graduation parties. I mean, like
Mhm.
one for your son that you were hosting, family coming in from out of town. Like kudos to you for even for just taking that leap of action. Only action brings change.
Yes,
So
yes.
Carol, only action brings change.
Mhm.
I brought this up just because you mentioned something and now oh, agave. So right now the sweeteners that are allowed, just so everyone knows that I'm not condoning it, but I'm kind and
Mhm.
I'll give grace. Stevia and Splenda are the go-tos when it comes to the plan.
But for like a respiratory problem, I'm kind of very old school. I do lime and honey,
Perfect.
and then I put honey in my tea. And I do natural stuff. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is today because
That's
I
fine.
need to feel better. Hmm.
Yes, absolutely. Mio flavored water. So Mio are those drops and they are electrolytes. I did forget about those. It's usually traditionally by like Propel or Gatorade, the brand, but it's Mio drops. This is for Amanda. Well, this is for electrolytes in general. So that is one way. I would suggest not the red dye one. They'll make you crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but maybe like the lemonade flavored one. That one's an okay one. All right, I'm gonna take this off my screen and we're gonna wrap up. Yolanda, do you have any questions when it comes to nutrition?
No, I think everything is good, but I want to see because I'm gonna be missing 19 grams of protein if I don't eat something right now. So can I eat one of these?
I can't see. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that'll be it for me for the day.
All right, because of the eating window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Miss Sandy, I'm so sorry. I'm like literally everyone
okay.
shifts as they mute and unmute and this. Sorry, Miss Sandy, do you have any questions when it comes to
No, I've been doing pretty good.
good?
I've had a glass of wine here and there, but other than that, I've been doing pretty good.
Good.
And that's the day like I I work out with y'all and then I go rollerblading. So I kind of like justify it.
Okay. Okay. We're just gonna keep trucking forward.
Yeah.
All right. And hopefully, I know for sure, because I was watching your weight pattern, I know for sure you're gaining muscle. And like gaining muscle, there's nothing like gaining muscle. The way you look and feel, it becomes, I don't want to say addiction. What's a better word? It's just motivating.
Yes.
When
It
you start
is. It
looking
is.
the way you want to in clothes or like out
Yes.
of
Yeah.
clothes or like in general, and then
Yeah.
how you feel. So like you'll catch
That high.
say addiction. I don't want to say high, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You will. And you're just gonna keep going forward. You're just gonna
Yeah.
keep attacking the goal, keep going forward. But I'm proud of
Yeah.
you, and I love seeing you in class. So strong. Packing on weight with that trap bar. Just saw Miss Sandy. That got me. Good. All right, guys. If I didn't miss anyone, I am gonna let you guys go, get your rest. We'll see you in the morning or at some point this weekend, right?
Tomorrow. Yep.
Tomorrow it is, right?
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, we can only do 3 classes, right? Because I know there's Saturday, Sunday. If you do that, do you pay extra or?
It would have to be considered one of your 3 sessions. So next week, if you wanted to
Okay.
give it a try, you could like do a Monday, Wednesday, and then wait out until Saturday. We have some people who do that. But in the
I mean,
beginning,
it's working for me right now like this. I might even do a Thursday eventually. So,
okay,
all
yeah, I'm
right.
proud of you. All right, sweet dreams, guys.
All right.
Bye,
Thank
Bye.
you.
guys.
Girl.
Yes.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.